Your Grand Island, Hastings, and Kearney local forecast with meteorologist Kit Cloninger.
Well, temperatures this evening are getting down into the 30s. Not a whole lot to see on the sky cams, but there are a few clouds out there, and we are going to be seeing a few partly cloudy skies overnight tonight. It's not going to be enough to really keep a lot of heat for us, but again, it's just enough that it's making us not bottom out into the lower 20s or even teens. But let's go ahead and first off look at the 3-day forecast, and let's just get a quick preview of what we're about to see over the next 3 minutes. Now, temperatures are going to start off in the 50s tomorrow, down from the 60s today, about 10 degrees or so. So it will be warm, but not as nice as it was today, and a few clouds rolling in as well. Then we'll look at Monday, maybe some evening showers with the temperatures in the 40s above freezing. It's likely to start off as rain, then maybe transition to a little bit of snow, and then we'll see that snow maybe pick up on Tuesday. It's going to be what's called a northwest flow event. We'll check that out in a moment, but it looks like we're not going to be seeing a lot of snow, but some of our neighbors towards Iowa might be seeing a little bit more from it. But as we head into the next week, a midweek time frame, looks like we might stay below freezing on Wednesday. Temperatures driving down into the teens. By the weekend, though, we are warming right back up. So we're just dipping into winter weather and not quite staying there any longer. Looking at satellite and radar, that one system that's going to dive towards our south on tomorrow and into the next day, that one's already developing off the Rockies. This boundary here is actually going to keep it to our south, not really affecting us. A couple days ago, we were talking about maybe a chance for rain on Sunday. This boundary here pushing through is keeping it to our south. So we are going to still stay warm, though. But let's look through futurecast now, because tomorrow we've got a few clouds. It's not really the main part of the forecast. We might see just a little bit of light showers towards our south and west, and then towards the southeast as well. But like I said, this is a northwest flow event. All of the winds are coming from, well, you guessed it, the northwest. And as that comes through, it's going to bring in cold air, and a little bit of moisture will get picked up as well. So we might be seeing some light snow across the Highway 20 corridor down to around the Loop River valleys or so. Not really much here for the Tri-Cities. It looks like we're on the very edge of that. But then we just switched models here, and this one's a little bit of a lower resolution, and it tends to overdo some of the precipitation. So it's got a little bit more here on Futurecast, but we could still see on a wider view a much larger system beginning to develop as this one over here puts a lot of snow for Iowa. We'll be getting a little bit drier snow coming through, so it's really the question of how much moisture is there. Like I said, this model here has a little bit more moisture than some of the other ones, but it shows sort of the broad area that we're watching. Basically the entirety of Nebraska could be seeing a little bit of snow as we head through Tuesday into the early hours of Wednesday. Right now we're into the upper 20s for parts of the Sandhills. Right now we're in the 30s here for the Tri-Cities. We'll continue to drop down to around 25 to 27 here for the Tri-Cities area, it looks like. So it will be a cool morning, but not all that terrible. As we head through the day tomorrow, temperatures are going to warm up pretty quickly. We'll be in almost the 50s by midday. We'll get up to the mid 50s by early afternoon, cooling down by 4 o'clock. We'll see those winds shifting out of the north and east. Highs for the day tomorrow aren't going to be as warm as they were today, but it's still going to be nice. And you see there is a gradient across the Hastings to Kearney area. So if that shifts 20 or 30 miles, we could see those temperatures vary a little bit. So there is still a little bit of question with that. But overall, it's still going to be a nice day if we go up a few degrees or down a few.
That is really nice. Is it usually like this in February? Because I could be down for that if it is.
I mean, as we get towards the end of February, it's a little more frequent that we see 50s. 60s are a little more uncommon, but I mean, we did start off February with temperatures in the 60s, so it can happen.
I know you like snow, but I can't complain about
I do like snow.
So
I think we're going to end up below average, at least below what we had last year.
Well, I like to hear that.
There you go.
Thanks, Kit. And coming up next in sports, it was